Good morning, students. So, in the previous lecture, we completed our chapter number 12. All the theories of the chapter number 12 has been completed. So, in this lecture, we are going to complete our sum of the sums. Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 sum has been given in your textbook. So, this 9 sum will be calculated on the basis of last two lectures. Okay, in the last two lectures we discussed about two main things: how we are going to calculate the percentage of the particular element in the organic compound, and we derived formulas for every single element present in the organic compound. So that formulas are: the first formula for the carbon is 22 into m1 divided by 44 into 100 by m. After that, second formula is for hydrogen, 2 into m1 divided by 18 into 100 by m. After that, we discussed about the Dumas method, where first we discovered volume at the standard temperature and pressure, and we will use that volume of nitrogen gas to measure the percentage of nitrogen. So as a first step, we will calculate the V, and after that we will calculate percentage of nitrogen, in the sense 28 into V divided by 2400 into 100 by m. After that, we discussed about Zildahl's method. Okay, for the Zildahl's method, we are going to find out the volume of the ammonia using the H2SO4. That will be 2 into V minus V1 by 2. So the whole formula will be 1.4 into M concentration into 2 into V minus V1 upon 2 divided by M. After that, percentage of chlorine, Carrier method. In the Carrier method, we discussed the halogens after sulfur and the phosphorus. So the percentage of chlorine will be 35.5 into M1 divided by 143.5 into 100 by M. After that, percentage of bromine will be 80 into M1 divided by 188 into 100 by M. After that, percentage of iodine 127 into M1 divided by 235 into 100 by M. After that, percentage of sulfur will be equal to 32 into M1 divided by 233 into 100 by M. After that, percentage of phosphorus will be equal to 31 into M1 divided by 1877 into 100 by m. After that, percentage of phosphorus. Okay, this formula is according to ammonium phosphomolybdenum NH4 thrice PO4 into 12MOO3. The molecular weight of that compound is 1877. After that, according to milk of magnesia, and from that our product Mg2P2O7. So for that, percentage of phosphorus will be 62 into M1 divided by 222 into 100 by M. And in the last, percentage of oxygen can be calculated by two methods. First method is to subtract every single element from 100 and we will get the percentage of oxygen, or otherwise we can use I2O5 formula, from where we will obtain the formula 16 into M1 divided by 44 into 100 by m. Original formula will be 32 into m1 divided by 88 into 100 by m. So that was all the formula we derived in this chapter, and we will use today this type of formulas to calculate our 9 different sums. Okay, so let's start with our first sum, your example number 12.20. Okay, in that example we have weight of our organic compound 0.246 gram. After that, weight of CO2 is 0.198 gram and weight of H2 is 0.1014 gram. So we have to find out the percentage of carbon and percentage of hydrogen. Simply put down the values into the percentage of carbon formula and percentage of hydrogen formula. So the first step, percentage of carbon will be equal to, put down the values in the formula. So 12 into M1 for the weight of carbon dioxide, 0.198 divided by 44 into 100 by M. So value of the M will be 0.246. So let's clear it with the help of the calculator. 12 into 0.198 into 100 divided by 44 and again divided by 0.246. So we will get percentage of carbon will be equal to 21.95%. Likewise, we will calculate the percentage of hydrogen. So the percentage of hydrogen will be equal to, put down the values into the formula. So 2 into M1 weight of the H2O, 0.1014 divided by 18 into 100 by M. Value of the M is 0.246. So percentage of hydrogen, 2 into 0.1014 into 100 divided by 18 again divided by 0.246. Here percentage of hydrogen comes 4.5799%, in the sense 4.58%. So that was the example number 20. It is quite simple. We simply have to just add the values into the formula and we will get our answers. After that, our second example, or you can say example 21 from the textbook. It is following the Dumas method. So in the Dumas method, first we have to calculate the volume at the standard temperature and the pressure at the STP. So in this sum, some of the information has been given. The first information is weight of the organic compound is 0.3 gram. Temperature is 300 Kelvin. Pressure of the N2 in the meter is 715 mmHg. Volume is 50 ml. Then calculate the percentage of nitrogen. Aqueous tension is 15 mm. So first of all we have to calculate real pressure, in the sense real P1 will be equal to 715 minus 15, in the sense 700 mmHg pressure will be there, actual pressure, because we have to minus the aqueous tension to find the real pressure. So now at STP we know the formula, P1 V1 upon T1 will be equal to P2 V2 upon T2. We have the value of P1 V1 and T1, and P2 will be equal to 1 bar, V2 will be equal to the V, we have to find it, and T2 will be 273. So let's clear it. V will be equal to, so V2 is equal to V, P1 V1 into T2 divided by T1 into P2. Let's put down the values. So V will be equal to P1 700, but it is in mmHg, we have to convert it into bar. So 700 divided by 760, it is converted into bar, into V1 is 50 ml, so into 50 into T2 is 273 Kelvin divided by T1 is 300 Kelvin into P2. P2 is 1. So 2 zeros has been cancelled out and 1 zero cancelled out over here. So let's calculate the remaining values. So 7 into 5 into 273 divided by 76 again divided by 3. In the sense volume comes as a 41.90 ml. So that was the volume at the STP, and this volume will be put down into the Dumas formula. So the percentage of nitrogen will be equal to 28 into the volume V. V is equal to 41.90 divided by 22,400 into 100 by m. Value of m is 0.3. So let's calculate. First of all, 2 zeros has been cancelled out, 100 and the 2 zeros. So 28 into 41.90 divided by 2 to 4 and again divided by 0.3. So the percentage of nitrogen in Dumas formula is equal to 17.45. 17.45. That was all about the example number 21. Now example number 22. In this example we again have to find out the percentage of nitrogen, but this time we are going to use the Zildahl's method. Why? Because they have said it that the produced ammonia will be neutralized by 10 ml of 1 molar H2SO4. It means if 10 ml H2SO4 is used, it will be equal to 20 ml NH3. So the volume of NH3 is found out. That's why percentage of nitrogen will be equal to the formula 1.4 into the concentration M equal to 1 into 2 into V minus V1 by 2, that we have discovered it is 20, divided by M in the sense 0.5. So percentage of nitrogen will be equal to 2.8 into 20 means 56%, or we can calculate 1.4 into 20 divided by 0.5, so 56. Okay, our next sum is for Carius method. The percentage of bromine is needed. We have the M1 and we have the value of M. So simply we are going to use the formula of Br. Percentage of Br is equal to, look at the formula here, 80 into M1, value of M1 is 0.12 divided by 0.15 into 188 on the numerator into 100. So let's calculate it. 80 into 0.12 into 100, 80 into 0.12 into 100, T into 0.12 into 100 divided by 0.15 again divided by 188. So percentage of bromine is equal to 34.04%. Simply use the formula, you will get the answers. Our next sum is 24th example, which is for the percentage of sulfur. So let's calculate the percentage of sulfur. It is quite simple. Use the formula given by the Carius method. 32 into M1. The value of M1 is 0.4813 gram divided by 233 into 100 by M. Value of the M. Okay, value of the M 0.157. So let's make it clear using the calculator. Simply 32 into 0.4813 into 100 divided by 233 again divided by 0.157. So percentage of sulfur becomes 42.10%. So that was the examples given in your textbook and calculated in your textbook. Now we are going to discuss 4 different sums, 1, 2, 3 and 4 given in your exercise of the chapter 12. So the first sum is sum number 12.35. So 35th sum from your exercise. Here we have to calculate the percentage of sulfur like we calculate over here. Same sum but the different values. So let's calculate the percentage of sulfur. So percentage of sulfur will be equal to 32 into M1. M1 value 0.668 divided by 233 into 100 by M. Value of the M 0.468. Therefore percentage of sulfur will be equal to, let's use the calculator, 32 into 0.668 into 100 divided by 233 and again divided by 0.468. It is equal to 19.60%. The previous sum, then the 34th sum in the exercise where we have to calculate the percentage of chlorine using the Carius method. Simply use the formula of the chlorine. So percentage of chlorine will be equal to 35.5 into 0.574 divided by 143.5 into 100 divided by M. Value of the M 0.378. So let's use the calculator. So 35.5 into 0.574 into 100 divided by 143.5 and again divided by 0.378. So the percentage of chlorine becomes 37.35%. In the next sum, again we are going to counter the Zildahl's method. Okay, this sum is basic. That was twisted because they directly give the values of the volume of the ammonia. But here they come with the basics. Basic means they gave us the volume of the NaOH. So volume of the NaOH is 60 ml, 0.5 molar NaOH. Likewise, total volume is 50 ml. So first, in the first step, volume for the ammonia will be equal to 2 into V minus V1 by 2. Therefore volume for ammonia will be equal to 2 into total volume is 50 ml minus 60 by 2, in the sense 30, 60 by 2, 30. Therefore V for NH3 will be equal to 20 into 2, 40 ml. First we have to calculate the volume of ammonia. Now put it down into the percentage of nitrogen formula given by Zildahl's method. 1.4 into m is 0.5 into the volume 40 ml divided by m is 0.5. So 0.5 cancelled out. 40 into 1.4 means percentage of nitrogen will be 56%. Percentage of nitrogen will be equal to 56%. Our last sum, but this sum is the most IMP sum from all of the 9 sum. Why? Because in this sum we are going to reverse our calculation. In all the sums we simply use the formula and found out the percentage, but now we are going to use the percentage and find out the amount of carbon dioxide and hydrogen water. So as a first step, if 100 gram organic compound is there, there is 69 gram carbon available and 4.8 gram hydrogen available as the percentage has been given. But I have 0.2 gram organic compound, then how much amount of carbon will be there and how much amount of hydrogen will be there? First we find the weight mass of the carbon at the reverse step. Okay. For this we first calculate the mass of the element and after that we calculate the percentage. Likewise, from percentage we will first calculate the mass and from mass we will calculate the amount of the substance. So for mass of carbon will be equal to simply 69 into 0.2 divided by 100. So that will be equal to, let's calculate it, use the calculator. 69 into 0.2 divided by 100, it will be equal to 0.138 gram carbon. Likewise, let's calculate the weight of hydrogen. So mass of hydrogen will be equal to cross multiplication 4.8 into 0.2 divided by 100. Let's calculate it. So 4.8 into 0.2 divided by 100 will be equal to 0.0096 gram of the hydrogen. Now we have to calculate the percentage amount of carbon dioxide and amount of water. So amount of carbon dioxide, for that I am going to use this space over here. Okay, so amount of carbon dioxide. So if 12 gram carbon can form 44 gram carbon dioxide, 1 mole value, but what amount of carbon do you have? 0.138 gram of carbon is there, then how much amount of carbon dioxide will be there? Therefore mass of carbon dioxide will be equal to cross multiplication 0.138 into 44 divided by 12, that will be equal to 0.138 into 44 divided by 12, 0.506 gram of carbon dioxide will be generated from the organic compound. Likewise, the water, let's calculate the amount of water. So if 2 gram hydrogen can form 18 gram of water, then 0.0096 gram of hydrogen will give me how much amount of water? So mass of H2O will be equal to cross multiplication 0.0096 into 18 divided by 2. So simply 9 into 0.0096, it will be equal to 0.0864 gram water will be formed. So that was all about this formula and related sums. In the next lecture, we are going to start our next chapter, chapter number 13, hydrocarbon. So complete your whole exercise. If you have any doubt in the exercise, directly contact me. We will solve it. Okay, that was all about today's lecture. Thank you so much.